Hi, I'm Lynn Wilson with Horizon Stewardship. In my second video, Teach Your Church About the Types of Giving, I talked about how you can categorize all of your messaging about giving into one of three buckets. In this video, I'd like to spend some more time talking about how to leverage and use these buckets to improve your communication about giving. The idea is to build a messaging plan around giving. The reason this is important is that it's counterproductive to try to talk about more than one opportunity to give at the same time. Say, for example, you find yourself in the middle of a worship service with both an emphasis on your annual operating budget and a need to make a special announcement to invite people to give to an international mission fund. When we allow our messages to overlap, we create confusion in the minds of our congregations. We lessen the impact and success of each individual ask. And we create what you might call giving fatigue, or the impression, perhaps you've heard this, that all the church wants to do is ask for money. The way to avoid this problem is to coordinate your messaging around giving around the rhythms and ongoing week-to-week flow of the life of your congregation. First, you begin to do this at a very broad level by the very presence of the different buckets of giving. If you train yourself to use the language of these three buckets, you will find yourself questioning how each ministry activity or idea relates to your overall strategy of giving, and will naturally over time begin to edit your public messaging to align with this thinking. Second, as the influence of this language takes a hold over time in your leadership, you can build on it by writing out a plan to track weekly messaging and the ads you create to support them. What you're looking at here is a portion of a large spreadsheet that I keep in my work as Creative and Communications Director at my church, St. Andrew. This spreadsheet is a Google Doc. Several church friends and colleagues are also on it. I call it the church's creative calendar. In it, I treat every announcement as an advertisement, just like a news director would at a major website, TV station, or newspaper. I keep a separate row for every possible ad within every possible communication channel, such as a bulletin, an email, or a live announcement in worship. I also keep a separate column and treat each week as a separate publishing event. Within this comprehensive calendar, my team and I maintain a dedicated space devoted to giving in our weekly worship bulletin, which is one of our most important ways to communicate with a congregation. Each week, I write one single message for giving, and that is the core message that is presented to the church that particular week. It varies over time between annual giving, special giving opportunities, and our planned legacy giving, which we call our forever giving. You can put this into action right now. It is possible to map out an entire year of messaging related to giving ahead of time. Most communication in the life of the church follows similar rhythms and times year over year. Given your own historical data, you can right now sketch out a rough editorial calendar for giving. For example, do you have a special Easter offering or Christmas offering? Other types of mission emphases? When do you run your next annual ministry budget campaign? With some of these dates in mind, you can fill in 2 to 3 good times a year on top of those to talk about your third bucket, your planned giving. Then, after all of those are filled in, you should have several weeks left over that are unclaimed. Within those now, here is a list of possible messages about giving that you can use on a rotating basis during these unclaimed weeks. For example, a description of the 3 buckets, a list of the ways to give, how to e-give, and so on. When you rotate these, you are engaging in what is called a drip campaign, which is marketing language for a long-term process by which you can familiarize, build awareness, and teach your congregation about healthy ways to think about and engage in giving as a part of the life of following Jesus. For more information, visit the Giving 365 page of our website at horizons.net.